Hi, happy Saturday. My name is Michelle, and I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes to hop on Facebook and join in. Super excited. Let me know when you're here. It is a beautiful day today, and I am doing a vendor event this weekend. That's what we do with our business. And we're very blessed to be in a beautiful Airbnb right now, and I am sitting, I know you can't see it because you're looking at me, but I have a beautiful view outside. I'm looking at some trees. The natural light is absolutely amazing. Thanks for joining on. I see people are hopping on now. We got some little elves in the background that are going to be answering questions today. So keep joining, share with your friends, get them on. Today is our day 10 of our deals. Hello, Helga from South Carolina. Great to see you join in today. Thank you for coming. I hope your weather over there is as beautiful as mine over here today. I'm over on the West Coast. Share out with your friends. And so today is day 10 of deals. And the deal today is 10% off any of our surfaces. So we have some really great surfaces that you can pair with our silkscreen stencils, or let alone just do so many different projects with. You don't even have to use the stencils. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. I see people are jumping on. Let me know you're here and where you're from. And what are you doing this Saturday? It's such a beautiful day today. Like I was just saying, I have a vendor event that I have to go to day 2 today in just a little bit. So just figured I'd hop on and do a craft before I head out there. And then it's gonna be cold later on. Oh, Helga, I'm sorry. It's cloudy and getting more rain. Well, rain is good too, because spring is around the corner and you're gonna have lots of beautiful spring flowers that are coming part of that rain. All right, so what I'm going to work with today, I'm going to try to squeeze in 2 different projects. So the first one, I actually am going to take advantage of being live with you guys, and I'm going to do 2 projects that are going to be 2 gifts for 2 family members. My grandmother, that is the love of my family. She is my queen of the family, and my mother-in-law. So I know my mother-in-law won't be watching this, and I'm hoping my grandmother doesn't either, but my mother-in-law is kind of famous for forgetting birthdays. So she'll write different people in the family to kind of say, like, is it so-and-so's birthday coming, so-and-so's birthday coming? So I am going to create for her the celebration board. So the celebration board here is, hello Kathleen and Tracy, thanks for joining in. The celebration board, as you see, has drilled cut holes down at the bottom. So there's 12 of them. So you have 12 holes for 12 months. And then when you order the celebration board, you can go in, I believe it's over in accessories, you can get this bag that has all these little hearts and circles. And then it even comes with the pen. And I know the pen is fine and brush. So you've got 2 different options depending. I like to write with a fine print. I probably won't get to this part of it today because I need to go look at the list of birthdays and fill it all out. But I do want to show you how cool this can be, and I'm super excited. I ordered this and I'm like, this is going to be my mother-in-law's gift this year. And what's going to happen is when I'm done, I'll be able to dangle those down on the bottom, and then she can go to every single month and see all the birthdays that are right there, and she won't have to call anyone anymore. So what do you think about that? Is that a good idea? Give me some hearts if you think that's a good idea, or maybe you're even interested in making this for yourself or for a family member, because you got 2 different options. You can do it for birthdays, or you can just do it for family celebrations. So you could have anniversaries, birthdays, you know, a bunch of different stuff in there like that that you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera and get started, or I like to talk, so I'm going to run out of time. So I'm going to move my camera down so you can see the project. You don't need to really be seeing me the whole time, but I'll be here talking to you. So I am just going to use some black paint that I picked up at Walmart, and I'm going to do this the easy way because I like to kind of move along. I make a lot of projects all at once typically, so we'll start with about that much. I do not typically use a brush like this with the bristles when I'm painting something. I use a foam roller. I feel it just gives you more of an even consistency when you're going across, and then I can just add more paint as I need to go. So I probably will need more. Hopefully you can see a good part of this on the camera. But I feel like you get a good consistent coating, and I'm hoping I'm not shaking the camera too much, so I'm gonna slow down just a little bit because I'm working on my little table here in the Airbnb, and this is honestly the best spot with the beautiful lighting. But it's this cute little table that they got at IKEA. Who loves IKEA? That is, and I'm probably saying that wrong, I think it's IKEA, but that's such a fun store. They got a lot of great stuff. So I'm trying really hard not to shake this table as I paint. And thank goodness I travel with magic erasers, because I'll have to get this little bit of black off. So look how smooth that's going on. So we're just going to keep working. What's everybody up to today? What are you doing on a Saturday other than joining in here? So I really appreciate that. But what else have you been doing today? I know a lot of people are getting outside and going to farmers markets and probably doing a lot of holiday shopping, I'm guessing. Can't believe how fast Christmas came this year. Are we 2 weekends away? I lose count sometimes. So obviously I'm painting right now, I'm not really seeing your comments, but I know we have some people on there, some behind the scenes elves. I know I saw Crystal on there, and she is actually one of the co-owners. Let me get this little chunk out right here. That's not going to look very good. She's actually one of the co-owners with Lisa. And those of us that are creators are so thankful for them for starting this company and giving us such a fun, creative outlet and resources. And I tell you what, through the years, I'm a founding creator. I've been with Magnolia since day one, and I have made so many things with the products. I do a lot of vendor events, what I'll be doing later today. And I typically make about 30 things on any given day, and we just kind of stack them up for our event. All right, so let me pop this down over here in case I need it again in a little bit. But you see how nice that looks? And she knows we make a lot of, my mother-in-law is who I'm making this for. She knows we make a lot of things that are distressed and, you know, imperfect, because that's just us. So I probably will not worry too much if there's any kind of little things going on this. Or so let me pop over here so I can see what's going on. Oh, ice skating. I had a sleepover with my nephews who are 5 and 3. How did that go, Kathleen? What did you guys do? Did you watch a Christmas movie? Bet you're tired. I bet she is tired. 5 and 3. My big thing has been I love Hallmark movies. So I've been trying to catch as many of those as I can, when I can. So what I'm working with here is the celebration board, for those of you just joining in. So this board has all of these round circles down at the bottom, and that is so you can hang these little hearts and circles. And the point of these is you can put the ones on each month. So let me go ahead and show you too that I haven't really done them because I don't know what color I want to make these yet. I'm probably going to do these after the fact because I need to sit and get all the birth dates. But this is, so it comes in the bag, and then you link them together like this. So you could do all circles if you wanted to. You could do all hearts. You can do hearts and circles. You could do whatever you wanted to do. So these will go down on the bottom with all the birth dates and such. All right, let's check on our board down here. We've got it drying. I've got a nice breeze coming here. All right, so we're going to set this aside for a moment, and I'm going to come back to that because I'm actually going to do 2 different projects today. So don't leave. Stay with me today. My other project I want to do is our angel shelf sitter. So this is one that I already did, and I just did a basic pattern stencil on it. But I also want to make one of these for my grandmother, who I told you is the queen of my family. So I have one here, and the reason I'm going to start on this one is because I'm going to put some Mod Podge on this, and I need this to dry. So I'm going to have this going, and then we're going to jump back over to the celebration board. So I've just got my regular Mod Podge here, and this is the matte. I always use the matte. This one really won't matter too much, but I don't really like gloss. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here, and again, this is our angel shelf sitter, and I'm just doing this really quick so I can do 2 things at once, because that's just what I'm used to doing. I'm used to doing a lot of projects at one time. So this I'm just putting pretty thin, but not so thin to where it's not going to do what I need it to do, and you'll see that in a few minutes. And I'm also going to make sure that I get down here real good, and I'm going to go ahead and get it around the edges, and you'll see why shortly. But now that I did this, I can just let this dry naturally. It's so nice here, and I was going to get out my Magnolia heat gun to dry things a little quicker, but it's honestly so peaceful outside in this neighborhood that I just want to keep the noise down just a little bit. So if you can see this, I've just got that on there, turning it a little bit so you can kind of see it's coating it. And I'm just going to set this back on the windowsill, and oh, I'm so sorry, then I'm going to bump my camera, and I'm going to let that dry. And then our board over here is looking really good, so this is almost ready for us. So let me go ahead and show you the stencil that I am going to be working with. So if you saw me earlier describe the celebration board, just waiting for it to dry just a teeny bit more. We have 2 different stencils that come with it. One is for celebrations and one is for family birthdays. And I'll kind of catch you up if you're just joining in. My mother-in-law forgets birthdays too. You wouldn't even believe. She'll call different people to find out birthdays, but there's certain ones she does remember. So this stencil here is family birthdays, and when you line this up with the board, you actually will have each month lining up with the circles down there. And then I showed the little dangles here that I'll be filling out after the fact, but these are where you'll put all your birthdays on, and then you hang it down under the month, and there you go, you have a birthday board. So I'm pretty excited to give this to her. I think she's really gonna love it. So let me go back down and get started on this board so I can show you how great this is gonna be. So I have my tacky towel, and it has been very loved over the years. And this is a brand new stencil, so I've never used it before. If you've never worked with our stencils, they are reusable adhesive silkscreen stencils. So I like to tell people they're very much like a sticker. When you peel them off the back, it's going to be very sticky. So you want to be careful because you don't want it to stick to itself. So I'm actually going to get this on this side on here. That way I don't risk any kind of sticking. So if you don't have the tacky towel, it's okay. You don't need to have it. You can use any kind of towel, and some of us in emergencies, we have even used our own clothing. So a lot of people that are on here can relate to that because we have been at events and we have had to just use our clothes. So instead of pulling the whole thing up, I'm going to do one side because I just want to make sure with this being brand new that it doesn't stick to itself. And yes, I'm speaking from experience. I've had that happen before. I've had to go to the sink or the bathtub and slowly pull my stencil apart. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. So you can see this side, it's just getting some of, it look kind of like, we call them fuzzies, the little pills. This is making it so when I stick it on the board, it's not going to stick to where it's going to be impossible for me to get off. And also, I'm not going to stretch my stencil, because you don't want to pull your stencil up and stretch any of this part here, because this is the silk screen part that is actually going to allow our paste to pass through to our surface. And I have seen people literally rip their stencils off and ruin them. So I think we're good. We did about 3 times each side. All right, so we gave it enough time to dry. How awesome. So if you were doing this, what color would you paint this board? Do you have somebody in your family that you would make this for? And what color would you paint it? So what I'm doing now is I'm taking my silkscreen stencil, I'm going to place it down on my surface. And so I'm just kind of getting it lined up, because I'm actually going to try to put something on the top. So I want to drop my months down as close to the circle as I can. So let's see how close we can get. I think we're close to where I'm not gonna really, yeah, I think that's good. All right, I'm excited. I'm so excited to give her this for Christmas. And once we were all planning on our lives, I was like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just make my mother-in-law's gift. All right, now this is our chalk paste. It comes in sample packets, or you can get it in, these are 3-ounce containers. This is one of our newer colors that came out in the fall. So it came out, and this is rose gold. And so you can see on the bottom, they all tell you the color and they tell you the size, but rose gold is beautiful. This one in copper, I think I'm obsessed with those two, and I've used copper a lot. So I'm excited to put this on. I think the black is just gonna make it really pop and look really, really well. Her favorite color is purple, so I am gonna add some purple accents to this. But so I took my squeegee, and let me show you. These squeegees have been loved too. But if you've never done this before, our squeegees, this is the one that I prefer. We have a couple different ones, but our squeegees have this area here that looks like a ramp. So I try to tell people the ramp is what you're gonna go over your surface, and you're just gonna glide along. You don't wanna press, you don't wanna force your chalk paste to go underneath. You just wanna kind of glide along. This part right here where you can actually see the black, this is the silk screen part. So trust me, it is going to allow your paste to pass through. So let me scoot over a little bit. I'm gonna start over here. So I am just gliding along, not pressing. And then I am gonna stand my squeegee up very, very lightly and pull off all the excess on the surface. I don't like to let any of it sit there. And plus also, I'm going to save it. I'm gonna put it back in the jar for future projects, because I love this color so much, so why would I wanna use it all up so quickly? So I'm just moving along. So you're gonna see I'm gonna repeat the same 2 steps as I go along. It's just applying my chalk paste, and then don't be afraid to go get more. I try not to put too much on so I don't have globs of it that I have to remove. But I'm just kind of gliding along. And probably need to move this over for you guys. So you're just joining in, say, hey, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Let me know where you're joining in from. And maybe what you're doing today. If you're working and you're watching us live at work, that's cool too. Just don't get caught if you're not supposed to be on here. If you're at the park, maybe watching your kids or grandkids at a sporting event. Let's see. Hey, Jen, Las Vegas. There's a lot to do there today. You could go and I don't know, do something outside, go see some shows. I'm surprised you don't go broke there. There's so many good shows that happen over there. I tell you what, and food. I'm a food lover. Everybody that knows me knows that about me. I do like to eat. Secretly say I should be a food critic. Then I can go and just sample food and go and leave them a review. Speaking, I think after this, it's going to be lunchtime for me. All right, so I'm just kind of taking my time on this beautiful Saturday. So when you're done, you're going to have it kind of turn like this. So you see that there's nothing sitting on the surface. And when I pull this stencil, it's not going to have gobs of stuff dropping underneath. So a little trick I'm going to tell you, number one, make sure your hands are clean. You do say I have some black on here, and that's okay. That's just from painting, but it's already dry. So I'm not going to get anything on any other areas I don't want it to be on. Number two, pull your stencil up slowly. And the reason being is if you have any areas that I missed, and we're going to look together, if I have any areas that I missed and I'm not happy with, I can drop my stencil back down and I can fill in that area. So look at this. Oh, they're like lined up perfectly. What do you guys think? Show me some love. Show me some love. Going all the way. She is going to really, really, really love this. Thank you for all those hearts. Thank you for anybody that has sprinkled and given us some stars. All right, let me show this to you. Before, let me find where I put my backing. So I'm going to put this back on my backing because I still don't want it to stick. And your backing has the shiny side and it has a dull side. You want to make sure you put it on the shiny side. And then since this is a beautiful chalk paste, I will clean this a little bit later with water. So if you've never used these before, your care is going to be you just take this and you're going to clean it with water. We have some great stencil cleaning sponges available from Magnolia Design Company. We use them when we clean all of our stencils, or you can just use your hand, or you can use like a very soft type material in there because you don't want to break any of your silk screen when you're cleaning it, but you just clean this with water. So, all right, let's go back to me for a minute. I feel like I'm that commercial, like, look at me, look at you, now back at me. Yeah, I'm just having fun today, so I hope you're having fun with me. But look how pretty this is. Family birthdays with all the birthdays. Lynn, thank you so much for spreading the love. Yeah, that's me. I'm just funny. So what I'm also going to do with this is something that you're not going to see on camera is I am going to either roll or spray. I just kind of figure out what I have later, but I'm actually going to spray this with a polyurethane. So that's going to seal this because I know my mother-in-law, she's probably going to try to come and clean this, and with chalk paste, it can come off if you don't seal it. But that's a perk. So if you're doing it on chalkboards, that's a big perk to our stencils and the chalk paste because you can clean it off the surface. And let's say right now you have a Christmas or a Hanukkah or a Kwanzaa sign that you have, and you want to change it to a New Year's sign or a Valentine's sign. That is something that you can do. Dawn from Michigan, 37 feels like 33. I am so sorry to hear that. It is probably, I don't know, I'm looking out, we're probably in the 70s right now. It is beautiful, like really beautiful today. And so I'm going to set this aside here. And again, these are the dangles here that you can purchase to put at the bottom. And I have a couple that I put together. These I'm not going to do on camera because, first of all, I haven't decided what color I'm going to paint these. So I will take suggestions from you right now if you have an idea on what color I should paint these, because my board for her, for my gift, is the black with the rose gold. So I was kind of thinking of painting these maybe alternating black and rose gold. What do you think how that would look? Because what will happen is I have to get all the birthdays, so that's why I'm not going to sit here. I'll be on here for hours doing this. But these will actually, with the little hook here, you actually will hook this into the board. And if you can see that, then it will hang like this on her wall. And so for all those birthdays she forgets, she can just walk up to it and be like, oh, look, it's January 3rd. It's so-and-so's birthday, January 7th. And my whole point of this too is she's never gonna forget my birthday gift ever again. See, I have a secret motive here. Not really, I'm just joking. I know that she'll just really love that. And the name of the stencil is, I wanna say it's Family Celebrations. Kathleen, Crystal, any other creators, if you're on here, help me out with that one. I'm pretty sure that that's the name of that one. But the board here, if you're interested in that, that is the celebration board. All right, let's see how we're looking here. Remember, we have project number 2 going. So she is almost dry. This is our angel shelf sitter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let her dry for a few more minutes, and then I will go ahead and add my accents to this board because I'm not done yet. I have a couple more things that I wanna do. So let me pop back down there. So what I did is I'm gonna plug in my iron. I'm gonna need that in just a second. So what I did is I picked up, my mother-in-law's favorite color is purple. So I just went to Walmart and I picked these up. I want to say these were probably 97 cents. And I was thinking that these will look really cute, like maybe if I put them on the top. So let's cut some of these up and check it out. So these here, hopefully, the Magnolia Design Company stencils. I'm not just telling you this because I'm a creator with them, but the Magnolia Design Company stencils are magic. I probably talk about this on every live that I am on about these scissors. I use them to cut my fabric. As you see, they're really having no problem. Well, of course I say that, and then that one. They're having no problem cutting this. And this has a little bit of wire inside. So I'm bending it and cutting. So I think that's gonna be enough, or it's gonna be uneven. I don't even know if I'm gonna use all these. I just went in and cut them so we would have that part done. And I'm sorry this is sort of upside down for you, but I tell you what, Facebook likes to change things a lot. And every time I think I've got something figured out, then there's something new. So let's kind of look at how, and I want these to go up off the board because I don't want them to cover the birthdays or the words here. Anybody else have a favorite color purple? Is purple your favorite color? Blue is my favorite color, and sunflowers are my favorite flower. So this was also at Walmart, and this one was $1.97, and I noticed how easy it pops off. So I wanted to get this one and see how it was gonna look. If it's gonna be too much up here, then I probably won't do it, but I was thinking I could do it like right at the very, very edge and then have it extending off the top. So with the birthdays there, what do you guys think? Do you think I should just do the purple greenery and then maybe, I don't know, pick some up off the middle? Or do you like the sunflower on there? Because I like how the sunflower pops, and she knows I love sunflowers. So she would know that it is from me. Not that she would know that anyway, but I think she would like that. So let's see here. What's everybody saying? Looks good with both. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Kathleen. Family celebrations, perfect. Red is my color. My daughter loves purple. Hey, Beth, how have you been? I have to catch up with you and see what you're up to. Dawn, I like the sunflower. I do too. I think it just adds a little bit to it, and it's gonna make it pop a little more. Okay, let's go ahead and add the sunflower, because I did, after all, buy it so she knows that it's from me. So I'm going to staple these on, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I don't want them to really go anywhere, and they'll just be more secure that way. So I'm still gonna leave room so that way I can spray this later. You can always take this out since I'm doing this demonstration for you. Normally I would go ahead and spray this and then I would add everything on, but I'm gonna go ahead and add it on so I can show you what it's gonna look like. And hopefully, I'm really hoping that I don't shake this table like crazy by putting this staple in here. So I'm using this heavy duty staple gun here. And let's see, if y'all shake, just pretend you had a Facebook earthquake. Ooh, did y'all do okay? All right, that's just what we're gonna chalk it up to. Ooh, that was probably loud. All right, and I'm gonna put another one over here because obviously I don't know how to center this. And I think that's gonna be good. And so you're not gonna even see that because I'm gonna put the sunflower up there and we're gonna be good to go. All right, let me put this staple gun out of the way because knowing my luck, it'll fall or something. All right, so these are good. And if I need to secure them later, I will just do that when I test it out. So here I have my glue gun, which is already trying to blob some glue around. So let me figure this out real quick. I think if I line this up here, she's not gonna look at the back of this anyway. So I'm gonna have it extend up like that. So looking here, it is just gonna need glue right here in this area. And in just a minute, this glue is gonna come out like fire glue. So I have to ask, how many of you have burnt yourself with a hot glue gun before? Tell you what, I honestly think that's worse than childbirth, is getting burnt by a hot glue gun. One time I burnt myself so bad that I actually went, and I know you're not supposed to clean it off with cold water. It has to be like lukewarm or warm or something like that. So I did that. My skin was burning so bad that I had actually hopped on Google and I saw on there that you can use mustard. So have any of you done that? Have any of you put mustard on burns? Because I needed it badly. And it's scabbed over, but I do like my Ryobi glue gun. Actually, I love it. So let's back up a little bit. What do you guys think? Family birthdays. So I'll shift these around just a little bit, you know, before I get it to her, but this is gonna be my mother-in-law's. Thank you for all the hearts, I appreciate it. I was super excited to make this today. This is gonna be her Christmas gift. And, you know, I'll straighten this up a little bit before I give it to her. And then again, don't forget, I do have to make all the dangles still. So this is gonna take me a little while to do because I gotta do all the birthdays for the whole year. That's the point of these right here, is to hang those dangles and put it on. So family birthdays. And then again, like I was saying, there's another one that you can do that's just celebration. So super excited to give her this. So thank you for watching me make this one here. And I'm also, another thing that I'm gonna do is I am going to take some of this twine and I'm gonna put the twine on the back here. So I still need to seal it. So you definitely wanna seal this with a spray or roll on like polyurethane, just for longevity purposes. And I want her to keep this like for a long time. But I'm gonna take some twine and I'm actually gonna use my staple gun like I just did a minute ago, and I'm gonna staple here, and I'm just gonna have my twine that's gonna be hanging here so she can hang it on the wall. I think that's gonna be the easiest for her, so she can decide where she wants it, and you know, and she can move it around, that sort of thing. All right, well, let me go over here, make sure I stay within my time limit here. Oh, we're doing really good on time. Okay, so the angel's been sitting up here in the window drying. So if you joined us on Small Business Saturday, we did have a creator that she did her angel, but she did the wings. As you can see, I did paste just on the middle of it, just with our pattern. But today for my grandmother, I am going to decoupage this beautiful angel. And so I did already earlier while we were working on the other board. I did put the Mod Podge on there, so I let that dry. And if you've never done this before, I'm about to show you a super cool trick. So let me make sure I get my iron hot. So, ironically, my grandmother also loves purple, so this is working out for me. But I have this beautiful napkin, and I already have split it. So the trick to splitting these napkins, and when you get one anywhere, is you can just take a small piece of painter's tape and you can stick it in the corner and you can peel them into layers. So my idea with this one here is I'm going to put this on the angel and make this for my grandmother's gift. So in order to do this, whenever you put Mod Podge on something and you apply heat to it, you are going to reactivate this. So watch this, it's really cool. Hey Georgie, how are you? I'm so glad. How's the weather? Probably snowing. I know you're kind of up in the same area where Crystal is. So when you are using any kind of napkin or material or anything like that, you're going to want to use parchment paper. So since I have a little bit of a crease right here, I'm going to start at this top part. And let's see, let me figure out how I'm going to get this positioned. Let's see, because here now I have some butterflies and then her head won't be so bare. So let me do that. So I'm going to start with this top part, so that way I can work on this crease right here where the napkin folds and make sure that it's flat when I do it. So you're just going to take your iron, and I've got my parchment paper on here. Let me move and make sure this is in the camera. And you're just going to place this down on your parchment paper, and we'll just let it sit. We could sing a song. But this is reactivating now the Mod Podge, which is essentially water-based glue. And you don't need to hold it too long. I just want to make sure that, let me make sure I held it long enough. So I'm going to move this and check, and look at that, you guys. See, the napkin is now part of this shelf setter angel. So now at this part, since I do have that crease, what I'm doing is I'm just taking my hands and I am just making sure that it's going to be nice and non-crinkly, and I'm just going to do this spot. That way I can guarantee that I am getting this done. So I'm working with a lot of purple today. My mother-in-law and my grandmother both love purple. So these are going to be their gifts this year. Oh, look at that. You can't even tell anymore where that was. Have any of you decoupaged before? It is really fun. I take a lot of different things and make coasters. Let me pop on and see. Today, tomorrow, gonna try and decorating. Oh, Georgie, make sure you post a picture of your front porch. I'd love to see it. I have done 0 decorating, but a big part of that is because I'm on the road and not really home. So I think we'll be spending Christmas, I do get an Airbnb, so that way I have a lot of kids. I have a lot of boys and their ladies. So they'll be coming over, and I try to get an Airbnb, that way I can cook, because I love cooking for them. And then that way they can have some leftovers to take home with them, because I'm on the road a lot. So let me just make sure there's no areas that I need to do again. So I think it's looking really good. So look how beautiful this napkin is. Stick with me, I'm not done. Just letting this cool down for a few minutes. So while that's cooling down, I'll show you again. This was the first project. So if you're just joining in, you can always watch this again. And you can do hashtag replay, and I would love to hear, but this was the first project. So this is for my mother-in-law. And the second one here is for my grandmother. And I'm just letting it cool down. Let's see here. How many of you caught the live earlier? Cindy was live and she made a very cool, actually, you know, that was super cool. So if you caught hers earlier, she took our pillowcase that normally I would just make into a pillowcase, and she took it and made it into like a chess checker set, and she folded it in half. You really have to go watch that if you didn't, because it's very cool. And then after she was done with that, she did a book stack that she put a lot of greenery on. So I just wanted to show you my book stack, because since I am doing decoupage, and you'll see the finish of that, this one actually is decoupage too. So this is done in the same process that I'm doing the angel, and I just decorated it up and I stenciled Home Sweet Home on it. So this also is available on sale today. Helga, I'm glad you watched her. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So this is on sale today because this is a surface. So this is our faux book stack. And then another great surface that I also love is our pillar stand. So this is something else I made with our snowman. This is Holiday Cheer. I just liked it nice, plain, and just white because it matched the pillar. But one cool thing about the pillar is you can take your pillar stand here at the bottom. It can go in here, and it can go in on this side too. So you've got different options if you want to do a horizontal or vertical. And this is one of those chalkboard surfaces. So if you don't seal this and you don't do anything, you can actually take, I usually just use wipes, and you can take this off of here, and then you can put your fireworks on here for New Year's. You can put your hearts on here for Valentine's Day. Easter will be right around the corner before you know it. So there's so many different things that you can do. All right, so this is cooled down enough. So let's jump on back down here to this. So what I like to use really carefully, and I am going to keep my iron on in case I need to touch up in some areas. But now the trick here is going to be slow and steady. You want to get one of these sanding blocks because this is really helpful when you're doing this. Sometimes I will do another layer of Mod Podge on the top, but I really don't want this one to have a shine or anything to it, so I'm just going to leave it, and then we'll kind of see how it goes. But I usually work around my edges like this, and I work down, because what I'm doing is I am breaking the napkin, and it'll go evenly all along the edges. And that's why when I started, I put a little bit of glue on the edges, so that way my napkin would adhere all the way around. So I'm just working my way around. Slow and steady wins this race, because we are going to get into these wing areas, so I'm going to be really careful that I don't tear my napkin, because then my grandma's Christmas gift, I'm going to have to start all over. So you see how easy that's coming up? Have any of you ever done this before? If you haven't, I suggest you give it a try. So look how easy that's falling off right down there. So I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to do the easier part first. But I'm just real gently going along here. If you've already been on the website and you've purchased your surface today, let me know what you purchased. I'm going to look at the comments in just a minute. I'd love to see what you purchased today during our day 10 deals. And what do you plan on doing with it? Because there's a lot of good surfaces that are on there. Okay, so let me turn her this way. And just real gently again. You can see napkins are so fragile as it is, but it's literally just coming right off, so be real careful. If you do ever have an oops and you tear anything, the little trick to fix that is just take your Mod Podge and put it on there and real gently place it back down. It will fix itself. As long as you don't have like a giant tear down the middle, you'll be good to go. I've had that happen before too, and I've had to hide it. All right, so this little piece right here, I'm just gonna tear off because it'll just kind of dangle in there. Oh, I'm so excited. She's gonna really love this. My grandmother is 88 years old, so she's almost 90 years old. So she doesn't get around as much as she used to. And she has this beautiful sunroom on her house, and she sits there and she watches the butterflies and the little rabbits in the yard. And she likes to watch she's got a lot of quail too. And she's got a hummingbird that comes up. So she loves purple too, so I know she's gonna love this. So what do you think? So this is how the shelf sealer works. Let me pop up. What do you think? Would this be something that you would love to make? I love it. Like, I really love this. I think this turned out beautiful. Bring it up close so you can see. But this is just a decoupage napkin on top. So this is a different way that you can do the angel without having to stencil if you don't want to, or you can just stencil the wings. You can tie something on. So I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. 2 gifts done today. 2 gifts done. So I was thinking, I don't know, so I need everyone's opinion. Should I take some of this twine and maybe, I don't know, would it look weird if I wrapped it around like here a couple times, you know, just going around? Let me undo this so realistically we're not trying to guess here. But I was thinking, I don't know, if I just to give it like a little pop in the middle or something. Should I do like a messy twine here and tie it in the back? I don't know, what do you guys think? Does anybody like that, or should I just leave it plain? We can do that, or, you know, there's a way to, you can put it up here, like around the neck, but then I would feel like a choker, like I'm choking my dear angel here. But I don't know. I kind of like it like this too, like if it's sitting, we'll pretend it's sitting on the shelf. I don't know. Anyone have an opinion? Anyone have an opinion? Just leave it like it is. I'm so super excited about this. I know I keep saying the same thing. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I'm gonna plug my iron so I don't burn myself. But, so again, 10 days, well, 12 days of deals, day 10, and we are on our surfaces. So this was the angel shelf sitter that I made today with you. And this, again, to recap, was made using Mod Podge. Put the Mod Podge on, you let it dry. Then you're gonna put whatever napkin of choice on here. You're gonna break it apart and just use the 1 ply. And then you're going to put parchment paper over it, and you're going to use an iron, and it will activate and we'll heat it on there, and then this is what it turns out to. You know what, Mona, I agree, no twine. I think like this, I tied a long piece of twine on mine with the knots halfway down. Helga, that might look good too. I think if I did do twine, I would have to find like a dangle jewel or, I don't know, something like that to put on it. But I like it like this. I think she's gonna like it. So let me put this up on the windowsill. So that is for my grandmother. And I think in a minute I can pop the camera down and show you how cute this is up in the windowsill. And then the celebration board. So if you didn't see me make this earlier, go watch the replay and you'll see how this was made. And I'm gonna add the twine to hang, and then the little dangles that are gonna go on the bottom. And that's where I'm going to put all the birth dates, and I'm going to hang it. So when I'm done, I will post a picture. So we'll have a picture of that so I can show you it's done. And then let me just show you 3 more things, and I'll let you get on with your Saturday today and get on the website and order your surfaces, because there are some good ones. So this is the same stencil, and I did this on 2 different. So Wise Men Still Seek Him. And so this was the first one here. And then this is the exact same stencil. So look how different you can make these look. This was that copper I told you. Copper and rose gold I am obsessed with. So see if you can see them kind of side by side there. So 2 different options with that. I really love how this turned out. And then my other all-time favorite are the Christmas trees. So I've actually been taking these to all the shows because I just love laying them out and having people comment and see them. So you've got the Christmas trees. Now, you know something really cool I want to tell you is you don't need to put these away after Christmas. So these trees, you know, they're not just like Christmas trees, just call them evergreen trees. I think I'm actually going to turn these over and I'm going to make them in colors I can use for the rest of the year, or maybe some for Valentine's Day. I don't know. I gotta see what's kind of floating my boat the day that I make those. Y'all got me in rare form today. I'm just excited. It's beautiful weather. It's a beautiful day. I have a vendor event later. All these kids come out. I used to teach, so I get to hang around with kids. They're coming for the Polar Express. And well, so that was it for me. And again, my name is Michelle with Be Creative DIY. You can find me on Facebook, where you can find most of us. Thank you so much for all the hearts. Thank you everybody who joined in today. Georgie, I do agree the copper paste is so pretty. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Join in later. I believe we have 2 more lives later today, and they're going to be with different surfaces, so you can get some more different ideas. And hugs to everybody out there today. Have a beautiful day, and again, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you. I'll be back on Monday, so if you want to see me again, pop on Monday. I'll be making something else then. All right, have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much.